All right, here we go. Here we go. I can see a very, very clean setup here. I like how this overnight session broke structure here. Clean break of structure in London. We pull back into this break of structure and we leave a continuation zone right here. And it's looking like I'm going to take a stab at this buy if I get a clean opportunity here. Looking for a market structure shift to target the overnight highs, which would be this high up here, this London high for continuation. Just looking for a market structure shift off of the zone that was presented here. YM, let's save this. All right, yeah, so YM gave a nice area of interest. Everything looks clean for a decent bounce higher. And then keeping that power of 3 in mind, we understand that maybe price wants to continue higher for the first couple of days of the week, right? Monday, it went very, very bullish. Overnight session didn't even bother looking for lower prices. So now when I see this type of stuff right here, I'm thinking, okay, price just clearly wants higher. So let's take advantage of what it's offering. Would love to see a market structure shift here. This could be an implied fair value gap. And that sucks because this could be a fair value gap. The price could try to go higher from literally right here, right now. And I don't think I would take it. I don't like how this just isn't a fair value gap, or a gap, I should say, on the downside. So I would wait for a market structure shift. And that may cost me, yeah, it's going to cost me today. Don't want to get in it here. I was hoping to see a bearish gap here, but instead, nice, we get this market structure shift. Let's see if price wants to go higher here. It may want to go higher. YM, what are you up to? Same thing like yesterday. We have this bullish area right here and you get a massive SMT off of it. Okay, yeah, you get the bearish gap here. So YM is giving you the profile. Bearish gap into bullish territory. All right, so I want to see how price responds inside of that bearish gap. You have price putting in a bottom here. All right, and we shift structure through this level here. Price is ready to go higher, if you ask me. Question is it going to wait until 10? Or is it going to try and go right now? Let's see. Did we get a market structure shift here? Push down into here. SMT out. This is almost identical, bro. This is crazy. Same exact setup from yesterday. All right. Not liquidity. SMT here. Yeah. SMT off of those lows. Looking for a market structure shift. Put in the bottom here. Put in the bottom again. Put this lower high. Take this lower high. And now I'm waiting to see if price is ready to go right now, or is price going to wait? YM is going to be the indicator here. YM puts in this low, lower high. YM has failed to make a new high, right? So that's where I'm watching. You see this drive, put this low, put this lower high in right now where this green line is. See if price wants to actually break through here. If so, that'll open the door for higher. And we have a lot of liquidity above. Also, we have this overnight session liquidity below that price could want to dip into at 10 a.m., right? 10 a.m. could open lower, sweep out midnight, sweep out something in this area before going higher. So that's where I'm being patient right now. I love the market structure shift here, but it's just not the typical setup that I would trade. YM isn't breaking structure yet. And even if I were to be trading these two, right, when I see this market structure shift, I want to see price maintain this order block or this down close candle right here. We've closed through it on both, barely, but like this candle right here. Make that yellow. That's tough. Let's see if YM ends up breaking structure here. We have this 5-minute down close candle at 9:10. We are clearly above that range. Make that with a blue line here. See if the 15-minute range is a problem. 10, yeah, no, we're clearly above this range here for a continuation. I like higher, guys. I like higher. That's my take here. Question is, when does price want to go higher? And you got to be patient, understanding the power of 3. Because at 9:30, you'll notice 9:30 swept out these highs here, right? And then we pull back into this beautiful continuation level. You get a market structure shift, and I'm looking for all 3 to shift bullish, and we're just waiting for YM to pick up the pace here. So I'm gonna play this one a little bit slower. All right, I'm not gonna, even though I think it's gonna hold, it looks like it's gonna hold. I'm gonna play it a little slower and wait for YM to show us that it's bullish as well, so we don't get caught in that stupid manipulation move if it wants to manipulate. But this area is holding up nicely. Putting that low, short-term high, take that high, yeah. Let's see if price wants to break out or what. And then keep an eye on the 5-minute chart. You don't want to see price start closing through these bullish candles if we're bullish, right? Because that'll be something that could turn bearish. So far, YM still entertaining these lows. Maybe retest midnight here. 9 minutes until 10 a.m. open. Price is definitely accumulating right now. Definitely accumulating. Let me do this. 9:05, 9:10, 9:10 to 9:20. Actually, this is not right. So 9:10. Actually, yeah, it's fine. 9:10 to 9:20. Yeah, 9:10 to 9:20, 9:10. So there we go. Yeah, beautiful. ES is falling below this flip level here. So that's telling me to just wait it out. Notice the blue line is serving as our range, and it is holding beautifully. So price starts to get above here, and then YM starts breaking structure. That's going to be my cue that price is ready to go higher. Structure is already telling me to be prepared for higher, but we haven't gotten that ROC continuation profile just yet, and that's what I'm waiting for. All right, so with this rejection, right? Notice we're putting in these lower highs. We put this bottom in, put this lower high, pull it back, put in another lower high, pull it back. Notice how these lower highs have failed to be broken. So now any of these levels become my market structure shift. Now, if we can just get a flip through, close through this line here, that becomes fair game. YM, same thing. It's giving you a bunch of lower highs that have failed to be broken. And it looks like YM is going to end up sweeping out this low, if you ask me. When 10 a.m. opens, it's going to open lower, likely, more times than not. Open lower, sweep into these lows from the overnight session. And then we could see a potential reversal. And then notice how, oh, this is so crazy. This is almost identical to yesterday. Notice how NQ is failing to get too far below here. It's still hanging out in this area. You got this 2 a.m. price underneath it that could serve as support. And if we go to yesterday at the market open, you'll see what I was talking about here. Let's see. Let's go to, market open right here. We had the same level. It was somewhere in here. Price pushes through it, gives you that market structure shift, pulls back. Yeah, let's actually draw it up. Let's actually draw it up here. Just to get a clue of how price could follow through. Go back to yesterday, around 11 a.m. Excellent. So we had pre-market level. It was 9:30 to 9 o'clock. Yeah, you saw this beautiful continuation profile with these. This candle right here was my zone. All right. That was the zone. We push into it. You wait for that market structure shift. This one got a little bit further underneath, so that's why I remember not wanting to take this. But in hindsight, now you can say, okay, all price did was just leak a little bit through. Didn't really get too far. And then once you start seeing that market structure shift, here goes your first market structure shift. Right here, you put in this low, put in this lower high, make a new low, flip right here. Once you flip, you see this down close candle. This should be your area to look for a trade. Oh, excuse me. Bless me. All right, so this is the area where I would have technically looked for an entry. And you see market structure shift. Market structure shift, pull back into here, and then continue. Right? This is tough. You could have entered here on this candle. Stop below here. However, I like when price gives you something like this where you get that bearish gap and you can flip that bearish gap with a bullish gap, and then price holds that bullish gap. So maybe something like this would have been, this was your entry right here. It just makes it easier for me to hop in confidently when I see that. That's like my favorite reversal model, right? When I see a bearish gap push into a bullish area of interest, like here, this is a perfect example. You get a bearish gap pushing into my bullish area of interest. Then I see price flip it aggressively and then eventually print a bullish gap. So this bullish gap right here should be where I can get involved. This candle was so big, I remember just thinking like, man, It's not that serious. I don't really care if I miss this one because of how early it is. It's only 10:30, and my stop would have had to been like underneath here, something like that. But in hindsight, looking at it, it was a perfect trade. You wait for the gap to fill, wait for price to start to turn, and you just target that swing high from this initial move here. You get 1.2 R. And if I'm looking at ES around this time gives you the same market structure shift. We flip this bullish gap right here was the first area of interest. It fails. You get another bullish gap. This one doesn't fail, starts to turn here around 10:30. You buy it there, stop underneath the gap, target the high. All right, so that's what I'm looking at here today. I could almost see it happening right now. So I'm getting ready for that. Wait, stay here. Let's look at YM before we go. YM was a little bit delayed yesterday for these moves. So at 10:30, what was happening? Look at that. YM was pushing deeper, gives you this lower high, breaks the lower high, gives you a fair value gap, respects it, gives you another fair value gap, respects it, and then look at that. At 10:30, the charts are identical. The same entry pattern appears, and then that's the trade. So that's what we're looking for today, and it looks like if I had to guess, it's going to be the same exact entry. But, oh no, we start closing through these bullish candles, guys. That is not good. That is not good, especially since we pumped for hours on hours. There was no pullback all day yesterday, and overnight session failed to pull back. So I would prefer shorts. You guys already know me. It's just tough to short or be aggressive on the shorts on a Monday and a Tuesday. So, man, oh my goodness, bro. We just closed through this candle that put in a high, sweeps this internal level, puts in a lower high, closed through it aggressively. Oh, man. This could be bloody. Oh, this could be bloody. All right, let's see. How do I want to play this? How do I want to play this? Yeah, this could be bloody, man. Yeah, and it looks like we're going to get a definite strong close through here. Let's see how this candle ends up printing in the next minute. If we get a nice wick, I'll probably look for the buys just because price will probably take out this high and then go bearish based on the structure. But if we start getting comfortable underneath here on the 5-minute chart, underneath this green zone here, then I'm going to say that price is okay. I'm going to say price is ready to go lower. But if we fail to get comfortable underneath there and we start shifting back bullish, right, we have another lower high right here. So this setup pretty much repeats itself, right? At 10 a.m., we see price open lower, SMTs all over the place. And now if we get this market structure shift and we get back above this blue line, then that's going to open the door for higher. And NASDAQ is clearly stronger once again. So let me put that up there. I'm going to be buying the NASDAQ. All right. Yeah, it looks solid. It looks like we're just pump faking lower. Yeah. Look at this speed here. All right, so with this shift here, I'm looking at this down close candle right here as my potential order block. Don't run away like that, kid. Look at YM. Beautiful market structure shift. Beautiful bull. Yeah. These bullish gaps here are my areas of interest. That's only one so far. We get a nice shift higher. All right, yeah, let's get ready for the buys here. Let's see if we get a bullish gap. If no bullish gaps, and we got this down close candle to work with. Here we go, bro. Don't move too fast, please. And then hold on, let me mark off this area right here because this could get bearish quick. We should pull back based on this up close candle here and how price responded at that area. We should pull back a little bit. Should be some 1 minute bearish gaps in the area. Yeah, so we should see at least a pullback here. If we can get a clean pullback and maintain this area, I like higher. Yeah, I like higher. Let's see here. How many contracts would this be? Make sure we're above here. Okay, like 70 points, 75 points, not bad. 75 points, maybe go break even at this previous daily high, right? You got to pay attention to these levels, right? These indicators are massive when it comes to importance, right? We got this previous day high. Imagine this is the high. Can't ignore that. This could be your lower high. All of this could fail. Price could keep going lower after tapping into this red zone here. I completely understand that right now. So I'm watching this closely. Okay. And this is the retest that you would want to see hold if you're bullish. This is the moment of truth. All right. Let's see. 930 open price rejecting heavy. Crude oil is probably trying to make a run higher. Let's see. Not necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily. We're chilling over here. YM pushing back into the bullish gaps. All right, let's see. Ooh, that bearish pressure is stepping up. And where did it come from? Right here. It steps up right at the zone that we just identified, bro. I could see it. I see you, NASDAQ. I see exactly what you got going here. It looks like the shorts are taking control here. Looks like the shorts want lower. So we open this 30-minute candle, push directly into this red zone here, and then we give a market structure shift. We push into it, take out this low, create a bearish gap. Now I want to see, all right, yeah, here we go. This is the moment of truth now. I'm going to flip to a bearish point of view here. And I want to start looking at, let's see, I need a market structure shift here on ES as well. And YM. Okay, we're not getting that yet, so stand by. I need to see a shift over on the other charts as well. I would like to see one more bounce, but I think it's about to go beast mode here. All right. YM is leading the way lower. I'm sorry, not ES. NASDAQ is leading the way lower. It's supposed to be stronger. There it is. All right, there goes your shift. And we are officially bearish right now. I do not like the buys. All right, so with this, boom, boom, boom. This is your key area right here in yellow. Shift it over. We got a shift on ES now. I like this bearish candle right here for a retest. Save that. YM on the way lower as well. Did YM create that 5 minute? No, YM did not. This could be tough. YM didn't give us any bullish flip. On the 4 minute, it did. About a 6 minute. 4 minute gave you a beautiful flip with a beautiful area of interest. And it's holding it nicely. This is tough, man, because, all right, now, if I'm bearish and I see this, I see that we just took out my target. If I wanted to short, I would hope for this low right here to be available. When I get in my short, it's not available. So I'm expecting a drive back up into here. And if this level holds, then I will expect lower. If this level fails, then I'm going to expect higher. So let's see, man. because YM still hasn't really broken much structure. We have this high, low, high. I guess you can count that as a 1 minute shift. All right, so yeah, I'm watching this bearish candle here for a retest. That's it. Got to be careful here, but I really like the shorts based on the overnight price action. If you look, this was all 1 day worth of price action from 6 a.m. all the way until now. It didn't pull back at all. So naturally, I would expect something to rebalance inside of here. Not terrible, but you got to be, like I said, got to be aware of where price is, right? We're still giving bullish SMTs. We are getting close to this overnight liquidity. YM already swept it out, and we haven't really broken any structure since then, right? So that does not mean that we're bearish. It just means that there's a lot of sellers stepping in right now. If they get absorbed and price starts flipping this yellow zone here, getting back above midnight, then I'm going to think, all right, price is going to try to go higher. There we go, showing some bounce here. Let's see how this level holds. I don't know, man. This just feels like it might want to go back bullish, man. You notice all the ground we covered in NASDAQ and ES, oil was simply accumulating. We haven't taken out much. We take out this London liquidity here, immediately start pushing lower. Right. So makes you wonder, like, are we actually going lower again? Usually when price breaks aggressively and then accumulates, it just continues in the same direction. Breaks aggressively, accumulates, continues, right? That's typical for price. So this could continue lower. And if that's going to go lower, this is going to go higher. And if I'm looking at this, right, when I look at this area here, it just reminds me of yesterday. Like we got a little bit past this initial buy zone here. But if you look at the 5-minute, we've literally only closed one 5-minute candle underneath it. And look at how price is still trading within this candle's range, right? We sweep this low, we're showing rejection. We're at the lows, bouncing. It hasn't shown much weakness after this 5-minute closure. And this candle was in the beginning of the 10 a.m. open. So I'm like, bro, this still could be bullish, kid. I'm not necessarily fooled by it. And there we go, showing some life. Yeah, we flipped this, bro. And we respect, yeah, YM is ripping right now. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about, right? You got to really be patient and wait for that power of 3. 10 a.m. opens lower, sweeps lower. You get this market structure shift now. Now with this market structure shift, you're pushing into this gap right here. This gap has to hold. If this gap fails, I will be buying it. I want to see price close through it, print a bullish gap, tap into that bullish gap, and show us that it wants higher from that bullish gap, then it's worth a jab. You should get a nice clean buy trade past this blue line here. And because NASDAQ is stronger, I would be looking to buy NASDAQ. All right, so first we need to break this level though. It's not broken yet. If this fails and starts pushing lower, I'll be looking to short it. But, you know, all things considered, bro, we've been trading this war price action for the past 2 weeks or so. And what can you say has been consistent? New York buys has been the most consistent across the board, right? They've been manipulated at times, but when the buys are offered, the buys rip. And the shorts don't really do too much damage. And you're starting to see this light. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm going to get ready for this. Closure back above here. Any pullback, I'm looking for a long attempt. Max 75 point stop. Yeah, 75 points max would be about 4 micros. And I'm ready for that. And that's the game plan here. We close through it, no problem. Now we're just waiting for a push through this blue line. YM is ripping right now. Welcome to the NASDAQ. Welcome to the stock market. And we should get paid here shortly, guys. Let's see here. 930 I'm watching because 930 was the most recent resistance over here. You saw this, send price lower. Price could tap into it, send price lower again, and then you get that turn, and that's where you want to be buying it, anticipating that breakout. But if we get a strong close through this blue line here, I think I'm going to take a jab because YM is ripping. And there we go. All right. So ideal entry price would be 24,992. Let's see if we get a pullback. And then TP will be sitting, there we go, nice pullback at about 90 points. There we go, nice pullback, perfect. I want to see a deep drive here. It's 1022. A deep drive would definitely give us a little bit more confirmation as to where price would respect in this area. There's a few different candles in here that price could want to respect. So a deep drive, maybe even retest this EMA for me. If not, I'll take it. Like I said, I'm gonna put my stop underneath this level here, and that'll be 500. All right, yeah, let's go. Let's go. All right. Prices is at right now. VIP, you're gonna get a better entry. 894, 984. Right, 984. Yeah, 981. All right, nice. We got a closure through that blue line on ES. Closure through that blue line on YM. Everything is pretty much pushing at this point. I'll give price a chance to do his thing here. Put my SL in, bro. What is this? Okay. All right, I like the rejection we saw off of that blue line already one time. And now we have about 6 minutes until this new 30-minute candle opens. So let's see if price can get through this 930 price in the next 5 minutes or so. We have the EMA here as support. You have this this bullish candle right here as support as well. And what is up with this? I don't know what's going on. It's giving me 1,000. Come on, bro. I don't know what's up with this. So just kill that. Stop is here, about 75 points, 76 points or so. Yeah. Looking for that push. Like I said, ES is pretty much caught up to us right now. Price may want to wait for this next 30-minute candle. So like I said, I just wanted to get a decent entry price. See if YM beats us to this high, bro, that's gonna be frustrating. I want to see NASDAQ take the high first, right? Because NASDAQ is the strongest one. And what's the TP level? It's sitting at 2581. YM is probably going to beat us to that high, so I'm going to have to probably close out once that high is taken. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to do it just because of the manipulation, right? We've seen a heavy manipulation lower, similar to what we saw yesterday, and we saw how price was responding after those heavy manipulations opposite, right? So this high right here should be the draw no matter what happens on the other charts. I should keep this trade open. That's the target there. How is ES? I'll just set alerts, man. Apparently NASDAQ. Come on, kid, you can do it. All right, YM slowing down a bit, letting us catch up here. What time is it? 10:27. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with a lot of selling pressure. So at this point, it is what it is. Back in this level here, like I mentioned, once we drove into it the first time, I wanted to see price give me a sell opportunity before this low was taken. But because this low was taken, I completely reevaluate the setup, right? I have to sit back and wait and see how price responds after taking this low. Price gives you this bearish gap, taps into it, takes another low, and then completely shifts structure, like completely, right? So flipping this turns into a bullish profile, and then you have price respecting these bullish PD arrays right now. And that's what you want to see for this move higher. You want to see a quick expansion higher to knock out all the sellers before they have a chance to reposition or, switch out of their trade. So I'm looking for about 90 points here on the NASDAQ. And realistically, because we took out midnight, because price didn't want to take out these previous session lows, realistically, you should be able to hold this trade up until this previous overnight high was taken out. So technically, you could probably target 150 points, but I'll probably, actually, no, I'm going to extend that to 1.5 here and just manage the trade after this target gets hit. If I see anything weird at this high, I'll just take my profit, right? But my rule book would tell me to target 1.5 here. Also, tomorrow is CPI, right? So that could be your selling catalyst. And yeah, you see no life over here on oil. YM still going higher. Yeah, I think we're in really good position here. Really good position. Looking for that speed. I'm gonna zoom in on NASDAQ here. Really good position here, guys. All right, so here we go. I'm going to have to make some adjustments here depending on what happens. YM takes that high, which shouldn't stop anything here, but you never know. Like, and that's the part where I have to do better at just accepting that price could flip if those highs are taken. And I'm looking at this now, and I want to see price. See, there goes the immediate pressure, and I think I want to just take my 400 here and call it a day. And how about this? Because yesterday was break even, I'll give this maybe a few more seconds here and just take my win for today. This is already 55 points or so. I don't anticipate it to fail here, but it's like, I don't know. All right, there we go. Come on, kid, you can do it, bro, but I don't like this, man. I'm going to take 400 if I see it, guys, so let's hope it doesn't keep going lower here because I don't trust it when it creates these types of scenarios and then hesitates like this. It's a scam waiting to scam you. Either it's going to pop through or it's going to drop. You know what? Stop teasing me here. There we go. 500, 540. We're going to take this high now. Come on. Maybe not, bro. I'm out. It's okay. I'm out there for 62 points. And VIP secure profits. IM takes high floating 60. All right. Floating 70 points profit. VIP secure some profits. VIP move to break even. I am out full for my 500 here. Just playing it safe because yesterday was a break even day. I truly anticipate this high to be hit now with this closure through this previous daily high. But when I got out, price was rejecting this previous daily high, right? So there you have it. There you have it. Another absolute clean move here. If this takes the high in the next 5-10 minutes, then this trade is fabulous. In 1 second. Oh yeah, look at that. YM still pushing. This is gonna hit TP here, and it should clear. There it is. VIP, good job. VIP was able to hold. Good job, bro. Thank you, Jesus. My goodness. You see how distorted these longs have been, but it's the same profile every day. Manipulate the buys, but look for the buys in New York session. I don't get why they're doing this, but honestly, if they want to keep giving us free money, okay, this is the same trade for about 2 weeks now, guys. The same exact trade. Can't make this up. Here, I'm gonna screenshot this, drop it in the chat room. Drop a like on the stream. Also, guys, if you were able to take advantage of today's market activity, did ES take that high yet? Yes, ES blasted the high. I think it blasted that high before we did. It did. Yeah, well before we got there. If I would have known that, then I probably would have held it. I didn't even check ES. Wow. Yeah, when I got out, I shouldn't have got out. Wow. Because if ES was able to take it, then I know for sure. YM is a little bit different. YM plays by its own rules at times, right? You see, YM was able to sweep out the Asia low. We weren't able to do that. So when YM takes the high, I'm like, that could be scary. But when ES takes it, we know ES is weaker than NASDAQ. So if ES was able to take it, then I'm sure that we should be able to take it. But all in all, VIP, that's going to go down as like 1.3 R right there. And hold on. Did I copy this yet? Yeah, copy that. Great trade, man. And it's only 1041. See how you can learn from the previous day's price action? The only reason I took this trade was because yesterday we saw price get heavily manipulated through a point of interest. But then when you really pay attention, it really didn't get too far underneath it, right? We wicked underneath it twice, and then we closed 1 5-minute bearish candle through it over here on the stronger asset, right? And meanwhile, you got SMT. Meanwhile, you got YM sweeping out that Asia low or overnight low, whichever session. And then you see price didn't bother continuing at all. And once we flip back above this blue line here, the buys are back on the table. We get a beautiful retest of the blue. Oh my goodness, bro. You can't ask for a better trade. Good execution, good read on price, even better delivery, right? This is what you ask for when you're a trader. You just want good trades to offer good delivery. We had no worry on this trade at all. Got in here about 93s, slight pullback, but no break of this blue line. And then trades directly to target, and it's about to hit 1.5 as well. So yeah, perfect example of why it's important to journal, why it's important to pay attention to what the market's been telling you all week and the previous weeks. All that type of stuff matters, man. This is fabulous. Wow. Praying that this continues. And at this point, I'm excited because volume, right? All 2024, 2025, just volume. That's all you need is volume. And because of this the economic turmoil right now, the volume has been second to none. So, and I don't think anyone is really catching these trades like we're catching these trades, to be honest. I'm just being honest. People don't trade like how I trade. So if you legit are learning, if you're legit taking advantage on these opportunities, if your prop accounts are looking good, drop a like, drop a comment, and we'll keep this thing going here. One more winning trade for a payout here. And literally we just went from evaluation on, I want to say Thursday, winning day on Friday, winning day on Monday. No, I'm sorry. Winning day on Friday, break even day on Monday, winning day on Tuesday. One more winning day qualifies a payout at Funded Next, which is, like I say, the best rules in the game. And then from there, the process restarts. 3 more winning days, you get another payout. 3 more after that, another payout. All right. So thankfully, this bearish zone right here wasn't really that big of an obstacle. We tapped into it once, gave you that selling pressure, and that was it. All right. Put this in the chat room. And yeah, well done. Boom, 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 boom. VIP caught more points than me. VIP is more important, right? I'm looking to make sure they catch the move, make the most out of it. And then that's all she wrote. All right, guys. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. Looks like the overnight highs are gonna get hit on YM. This is crazy, bro. YM really when YM wants to behave, but you didn't get any pullback here, so you didn't get any fair chance to buy that. At least we got a tiny pullback onto this blue line here. A lot of people probably would have been waiting for this gap to fill, right? But technically, we got blessed with this confirmation on this pullback here. I was already pretty much ready to buy it here if it tried to run, understanding that I already know where I want to put my stop at. And we have EMA support. We have this yellow zone, but everything played out remarkably. So take that. No more trades for me today. Like I said, one more winning day, and then we'll submit that payout for March, and then look for another payout before this month is over. It's only March 10th, right? You just need not three winning days. You need to go up 3 winning trades, right? So essentially, so far in March, we haven't taken a losing day. If we can keep that going, we could hit maybe 4 payouts this month. It's crazy, bro. When you get the proper rules on your prop firm account, it's way easier to get a payout. Because you think about it, right? If you agree to sign up for a prop firm that tells you you need 5 winning days, you have to consider the days where you don't make any money. So like, let's say you go break even. That doesn't count as a winning day, but that's a trading day. You still have 5 more days to go. Let's say you have a losing day. All right, that doesn't count towards your payout. Now you have 5 more days to go. It could take you 15 days to go up 5 trades, right? Because you had some losses or you had some break-even days. But with 3 days, you can go up 3 winning trades at the beginning of the week. And then, let's say you had to wait 5 winning days. You win 3 days, but then you take a loss on the 4th day, or you take a break-even on the 4th day, and you take a loss on the 5th day. So now you have to carry over into next week. You know what I mean? Like, you guys know how it goes, bro. I'm sure you guys know. I've done it myself, and I figured that I don't like 5 winning days because it forces you into a cycle of like either forcing trades or getting upset that you're behind schedule. Technically you want to go in there and win 5 days in a row, but everybody knows that's not really common, right? You're going to have losses. You're going to have break evens. You're going to miss setups. Some trading days aren't even going to give you a trade. You know what I mean? We've been blessed lately. I don't know what's going on with the markets, but every day we've been catching a trade. I don't know how long that's going to last, but literally every single trading day, we get either a clean setup or a break-even trade. You know what I mean? So let's keep doing our part, man. Keep doing our part and take advantage of what the market is giving us. This thing is still pushing for 130 points. Beautiful setup. And like I said, once this area failed, the shorts were dead in the water. I don't know, bro. Tell a friend about the stream. Let's grow the stream. Let's get the whole world funded. Let's make an impact, man. But with that, I am out of here. Look at crude oil slowly leaking lower. I'm telling you guys, tomorrow's CPI is probably going to tank the market. We're probably going to sell off all day tomorrow, or Thursday or Friday, whichever day it is. So get ready for that. And I'm hoping to catch that short when it's available, but just following the power of 3. Monday and Tuesday, we're looking for buys. So far, so good. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday should be a pivot. You start seeing more sells than buys as the week grows older. And that's the game plan. So we'll see what tomorrow has for us. You guys take care. And back at it tomorrow, 9:40 a.m. Bring a friend with you. Time to lock in. If you're not locked in already, time to lock in, man.